Hi, this is Victor from Helcim. Are you tired of guessing when your next bank deposit will arrive? Well, here's 5 helpful tips that will give you more control and awareness over when you receive your funds from your daily sales. Tip number 1 is understand your settlement times. When you accept payments during the day, those transactions aren't immediately sent off to the bank. The funding process starts at the point of settlement. Think of this like a truck coming to pick up the money at the end of the day. The thing is, that truck driver has a daily cutoff time for their pickups. So if you settle a batch by 7 p.m. Mountain Time, you'll make that day's truck. The funding process starts that evening and you'll receive your deposit 1 to 2 business days later. However, if you settle after 7 p.m. Mountain Time, you've missed that day's truck. Your batch will wait for the next day's funding cycle, which will delay your eventual deposit by a day. Now, workaround to this is to set your auto settlement time to 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or earlier. You can do this by logging into your Helcim account and then selecting Payments from the All Tools menu. Then select Terminals from the left-hand side. Now on this page, pick a specific terminal to adjust. Then select Edit. You'll see a drop-down here that you can use to select a new auto settlement time. Now by doing this, this ensures that the funding always starts the same day that your batches close. This makes sure that the money ends up in your bank as soon as possible. The second tip is to have a plan for weekends and holidays. Here's the thing, the funding process we talked about earlier depends on the conventional banking system. As you've probably experienced before, most banks don't tend to post deposits or clear checks on weekends or on holidays. What this means is that your sales from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday tend to be bundled together and deposited on a Monday or Tuesday. What's more is if there's a public holiday, everything shifts by an extra day. Knowing this, you can keep an eye on your calendar and better anticipate when your deposits will arrive depending on when weekends and holidays fall. But wait, there's a caveat to this. Some banks in certain regions are now using a technology called real-time payments to move money across banks. This system has less restrictions on when funding occurs, making it faster than traditional banking. This means that if your bank uses the system, you could potentially always receive your deposit the next weekday, regardless of whether there's a holiday or not. Now, if you want to check if your bank is on real-time payments, take a look at the link that I put in the description below. Tip number 3 is to know the difference between credit card and ACH deposit times. If your business uses ACH payments, you might not know that they actually take longer to fund than credit cards. This is because ACH depends entirely on the banking system's batch schedules, which means they take longer to clear. Credit card batches take 1 to 2 business days to deposit, whereas ACH batches take 3 to 4 business days. For this reason, you might rely more on credit card payments for faster cash flow, but use ACH payments to move larger, more predictable sums of money at a slower pace and with lower fees. Tip number 4 is to be aware of first batch reviews. If you've just started processing with Helcim, you might experience a delay in receiving your first few deposits. This is due to a normal review process our team does on your account. But don't worry, this doesn't mean you're in trouble. It's industry standard for processors to review businesses in the initial stages to understand their processing activity better and to keep their accounts safe. If you're going through this right now, we do have a helpful video on this specific topic that I can link in the description below. Tip number 5 is to know how to track your funding in the Helcim platform. To keep tabs on your deposits as they are happening, make sure to utilize these tools in your Helcim account. First is the Bank Deposits tool. You can find this one by selecting the All Tools menu and then Bank Deposits. Here you'll see your deposits appear one by one as they arrive in your bank. If you select the Batches in Progress tab, you can see any batches that are still pending and waiting to be deposited. Second is the Batch Overview window. You can get here by selecting the All Tools menu again, Payments, and then either credit card batches or ACH bank batches. Click on a specific batch to open the Batch Overview, where you can see the status of the batch and its associated bank deposit. Now, once a deposit is ready to go through, you'll see this deposit amount tile change from pending to the final deposit amount. By routinely visiting these 2 sections of your account, you can make sure you're always aware of each batch as it progresses through each stage of funding. With all these tips in mind, you now have a greater sense of when you'll receive your hard-earned money from your sales with Helcim. My hope is that your deposits now become more trackable and predictable so that you never have to worry about whether your business has enough cash flow or not. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you check out these other ones on Helcim or head to the Helcim Learning Center at learn.helcim.com to learn more. This was Victor from Helcim Learn, and I'll see you next time.